One of the top-notch B schools of India is NMAT, and today we have Mr. Harshwardhan Somani. Harshwardhan not only got through NMAT this year, but he scored AIR 1. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, how are you feeling after achieving AIR 1 in NM?
To be honest, it's a top-notch feeling. Like, it has been manifested from so long. I wanted to go in a top B school, and finally I'm here. So it is like top of the world feeling.
Great. So today we are going to hear from Harsh his interview experience. So Harsh, what was the first step?
So as soon as I got my call letter, they asked us for a statement of purpose, which was to be written in 500 words. Yeah, this was the first thing they asked us.
So first of all, they asked you for a statement of purpose. Yes. And how did you prepare for it? Or what should one write?
Yeah, exactly. At that time, CS helped me a lot. I connected with 𝗘𝘅𝗽𝗧 sir. He guided me how to write, how to formulate my statement of purpose, and what are the things which needed to be included. As this was the only thing which would be going in front of the panel members before we enter that interview room. So yeah, it is the top important thing, and it should be formulated in a manner that it covers your academic as well as professional journey. So it could be presented in front of panel member in the correct manner.
And were they asking questions from your SOP?
Yes, they did. There were different questions around my SOP, like about my academic and about my personal life as well.
Okay. So the first message probably you are giving to our viewers is that you should write your SOP properly, because there can be questions based on it. Okay. When did your interview happen?
My interview date was 2nd of February.
Okay. Yeah. And what was the process? The whole process?
So, as soon as we entered, there was an orientation round in which they introduced how our day would be looking at, look like today, and then there were we were guided to our space. We were divided in different batches, and then we were given one coordinator for there was one coordinator for 10 people, and then the lady took us to the classroom, and where we were asked to settle on our test, and then there was the post write.
And what is Watson test?
Watson-Gliese test is a specific test which it's more of a 30 questions which should be written 30 MCQ question which should be written in a given period of time. It was around 30 minutes. Okay. And the question were majorly from critical reasoning.
Okay. So something like
arguments, strengthen and weaken arguments.
Something which is probably true, definitely true, such questions. Okay. So they also have such questions in written tests also.
Yeah, there in NMAT, LR has major chunk for critical reasoning.
So there they are. So similar questions were there.
More or less similar.
Okay. And then what was the next step?
The second thing was WET, in which my topic was globalization leads to jingoism.
Okay.
Gratefully, this was the same topic which was asked in ZET last year.
Okay.
And I have written that, so I was pretty much prepared for that topic. So that boosted my confidence at that very moment when so I written that WET. I believe I did good in that WET. And again we were given 20 minutes to write our WET. And as soon as the WET ended, we were shifted to the next thing, which was our PI.
Which was your PI. Okay. And how many people were there? You said probably 10 people.
Yes.
And when did you appear for your PI?
I was 10th.
Okay, you were the last one.
Yes.
So how many people were there, in panel? On the panel level?
In the panel members, there were two they both were male. There were two teachers, yeah.
And they were professors of NM?
Yes, I did research about them later in the interview. I realized they both are economics teachers.
Okay, they were okay. So, did they ask some questions from economics?
Well, not really. I wish they would have, but not really.
So, how did the interview start? What was the first question?
As soon as I entered the interview room, I greeted them. They greeted me back, and without any further question, they asked me what was your 12%.
Okay.
And then post that they asked me, I answered everything, and then post that they asked me what were the projects you did in your class 12th. So I answered them as well, and then they asked me about my specialization in graduation was foreign trade. Okay. So they asked me questions around foreign trade as well. They were quite rigid about foreign trade, though I mentioned that I was a little bit inclined towards marketing, and I did my specialization in graduation was marketing as well. Okay. But they were inclined towards foreign trade. They were more interested to ask me questions around foreign trade. Post that, they asked me about, like as I mentioned about my 12th project, there were follow-up questions on that as well.
Okay.
Like my 12th, I answered them. My 12th project was principles of management. So there were follow-up questions about principles of management, and post which they also asked me about as I have work experience of as a marketing associate as well as social media manager. So they asked me questions about my social media manager role and how different questions about my work profile.
So largely the questions were based on your academics and your experience.
Yes.
Okay.
I as much as I was talking with the other room members, like this other students who were coming out of the interview round, they said they were asking questions around current affairs and general knowledge. Though I was prepared about it and I was hoping questions would be around it, but there were no questions around general knowledge or current affairs.
So they asked questions based on general awareness and current affairs also to other people, but not you.
Yeah.
And how long did your interview go?
My interview lasted for 8 minutes.
Only 8 minutes?
Only 8 minutes.
Was it the case with others also, or only you?
Like basically, it's as much as I studied before my interview, like every site mentioned that NM interview lasts for mostly for 10 to 12 minutes. But the group I was in, there all the 9 members before me, their interview lasted around 10 to 15 minutes minimum. So I was also hoping that my interview will be also around for at least 10 minutes. But it ended very soon, which made me doubtful that did my interview went good or not.
Probably you were last and they
might
were
be
under the time pressure or might
anything
be tired. So you were a bit skeptical after your interview.
I answered all the questions they asked, but the thing was I was hoping I was hoping there would be some more questions about my work experience, like the current job I was working for, or something around about the MBA life or anything, but there was nothing.
But probably it ended soon, so that's why you became skeptical.
Exactly.
So probably it has nothing to do with the size of interview, length of interview. Probably the way you answer the questions. Okay. So, anything else you would like to tell the viewers that what should they keep in mind while preparing for NM interview?
See, basically, as I mentioned, SOP plays a major role because it would be the first thing interview would be reading about you. So prepare your SOP well. This would be the first thing. Second thing would be whenever you are going for interview, you should prepare well. As I had given a number of mocks which prepared me for all the situation which would be coming up in the actual interview. As just the day before earlier my actual interview, I had given a mock at CS, and I would say it was a stress interview. I was sweating like anything in that interview. So like I was introduced to every aspect, whatever things would be possibly happening in that interview room. So this was something which helped me boost my confidence as I was already prepared about it. And lastly, be calm. It would help you, like more or less answering their questions, and this would get you wherever you want to be. Be calm.
And what was the advice from Sandeep sir?
Again, the Sandeep sir, I had that sweat interview which I mentioned. He said that nothing to worry about. This thing happened because it's good you have this experience as of in mock, so you would be like good to go for the actual interview.
And probably this happened.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, great. It was great talking to you.
Same
so here. This was our interaction with Harshwardhan Somani. So we'll certainly bring more such interviews, more such interactions with people, and you will know more about the interview process of different B schools. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.